Hi, welcome to a new video. I'm of course your boy Alexandrus, guys, and today I wanted to address something because on August 23rd, Manus, a popular AI, locks affected accounts for 2 days and deletes months of user data. The meta deal is basically that. So instead of telling you to just switch to Runnable, which is a great AI tool, I gave it a real test. 1 project, 1 agent, 5 deliverables, as you can see by the thumbnail. So for context, guys, Runnable scores 92.1% on the General AI Assistance benchmark. Manus scores 86.5%. So I want to see in this video if that number means anything in practice. So today, rather than just telling you that Runnable is an alternative that you have to use, I actually want to put it through a proper test, and then you guys can decide whether it's something for you. So I'm giving 1 AI agent 1 project, and I'm asking it to create 5 completely different deliverables from the same idea. So there is no jumping between 5 different AI tools, no starting from scratch every time, and no giving each tool a completely different prompt. So there is basically just 1 project, right? 1 agent, 5 things that I would actually realistically need if I were launching something. What it's gonna be, I will tell you in just a second. So we need to set it up here. We go with agent, we will choose max. These are the models you can use, so you can go ahead and use normal, max or ultra depending on your needs. I think max is gonna be suitable for the job that it has to do. If you need some simple tasks like creating some visuals like images, or you wanted to ask some questions, you can easily use normal or ask to save you some credits as well, because that's basically how you can use Runnable, and it's cool because it can be tailored exactly to your needs, same with the amount of credits you need to spend. And also Runnable is pretty cheap in my personal opinion, especially for what it gives you. It's a great bang for a buck. But again, this is not all about that, guys. I actually want you to understand Runnable and to test it properly. So that's what we're gonna do, guys. So for this test, I'm going to pretend I'm launching a coffee brand because, as you know, I'm a big coffee lover, in fact, and I want the whole thing to feel like a real product launch. So I'm going to ask Runnable to create a website, presentation, marketing image, promotional video, research report, everything, okay? So that basically gives us 5 very different deliverables, and the part I'm most interested in is whether Runnable can actually keep everything connected instead of, giving me 5 random outputs that look like they came from 5 different companies. So yeah, let's see what happens. We will do it in more of a live type of video, guys, because I don't want this to be any sort of scripted or pre-made and then voice over it, because this way it's obviously a real test, and that's what I want to do here. So first things first, we are gonna start with the prompt for the website itself. So as you can see, this is the prompt I made here. I want to create a website for a coffee brand called AX Coffee. I should actually put this, I think, in those. So AX Coffee is a Colombian coffee brand that works with local farms, focuses on bringing high quality coffee to customers at a price that still feels accessible. The brand should feel luxurious and premium, but not overly expensive or pretentious. So yeah, that is basically an explanation how the logo should look like and all of that. We can hit the plan as well, and we can hit this arrow here. Of course, you need to have websites here, features in agent mode, so as you can see, it can do pretty much everything: website, slides, reports, sheets, workflows, apps, carousels for your Instagram, and we will do it, guys. So let's hit that and let's see how it goes. So that's the prompt I'm giving it. So it has the overall idea, but yeah, basically when you do those, you need to have a proper prompt, because if you just tell it to build your website, like, it needs to understand you as well. So it might sound like a small thing that you need to do this, but it matters quite a lot, because if you tell it to just build your website, there are so many things the AI doesn't know. It's like, who is the site for, what are you trying to sell, what should the design feel like, what information needs to be there, all that stuff. So that's why you need to explain it. So basically, Runnable can clarify those things first, and once it has enough context, it starts working through the project. And that's basically what we have right here, guys. So, want to pick a visual reference from the template gallery, or should I design the look from scratch? And this now depends on what you want to do. For the sake of the video, I will check out the templates. Which pages should V1 include? So this is our first version. Obviously, it should include home. I would say it should have shop section and our story and about, maybe our farms, a brewing guidance and contact. Let's do it like this. The more you choose, the longer it might take, obviously, because it's going to be a more complex design. However, I have time here. Maybe eventually I will cut the video a little bit to show you the ready product, but so far we are going live, as I said. So, cart behavior for view on real card, backed by database and products in DB, browse product pages add to card page, local only. Well, let's do local only this time. You can also implement Stripe, checkout and everything. So if you have this website built with Runnable, you can actually use it for your brand. It's not like you are creating some visualization or something like that. You are creating an actual website that you can later publish and implement all your payments, all your plugins, and start using it. Also here in usage, it shows you how many credits are being used, what is used when it comes to the model for generating your photos, videos, and stuff like that. We go next, product imagery. I generate custom brand images, logo, bags, farm scenes. Okay, and that's what we want basically. So let's do that. You can also type your own answer. So let's say I want to actually do it other way. Generate custom imagery, logo and product bags plus packaging. Use stock search photos for Colombian coffee farms. You can enhance them a little bit. Next. And now any color direction, or should I go with a premium Colombian palette, deep espresso, brown, warm cream, and muted emerald gold accent? I like this, so we hit skip. Raw product lineup, 4-6 coffees with rigid names like Huila, Narina, Tolima, or giving me your own names and prices. So let's do AX signature blend, for example. That is gonna be from Huila here, $45 per bag. I don't know, we can also make AX blonde blend, let's say, from Nariño or from Tolima for $40, as well as AX decaf from Nariño. Oh, I need to copy this. Boom, 42 per bag. Send. So let's go, and now it's gonna think and basically create the templates, and then maybe it will ask some more questions. And this is where the whole AI agent idea starts making more sense, because instead of just sitting there telling the AI exactly what button to click next, I can basically give it the objectives and let it handle the whole process more itself, and because it asks me those questions, it's just so much easier. So now we have the templates first, and we can see what kind of templates we can choose, and from what it will base our website on. So what is the good fit here? Minimal fashion, maybe not exactly that one. We can scroll through. I'm very picky, so that's something you definitely need to have in mind here, that I'm very, very picky. This one is just a newsletter. Oh, okay, we got it. That's the template I'm gonna use. If you want, it can build it from scratch, as it said at the beginning, but I told it to use the template, so here it does it, right? So yeah, we will see how the website will go, and yeah, that's basically what I asked it. Now we need to wait and see how it works. So this is probably like one of the first things that stood out to me, because you're not just sitting there waiting for your final answer, but the agent is working. You see all the steps he's making, the task, all the building and different pieces that it creates. It's really cool. And obviously with something like this, I'm still going to review the result, right? I'm not expecting an AI to magically know exactly what I want to be the, first attempt. It's not gonna be ideal probably, but being able to tell it what I want to change and continue refining the same project is a lot more practical than rebuilding everything from scratch every time, because you can also make the edits here. So yeah, we will see first of all how it goes, how it builds the website, and then we will see what kind of edits it can make for us. So I will see you guys as soon as it's either generated or as soon as it wants some more informations. So it gave us the plan. We need to either approve it or make it edited. So if we click, it will give us like all the information regarding the brand, what kind of prices we have, as you can see. If we want to adjust something, like let's say the bag has to be like 500 grams or stuff like that, we can adjust it as well. But basically I'm gonna keep it as it is and approve the plan. and now we wait. So now guys, we got our logo, we can click to open it and we can see how it created the logo as well as the second asset, which I need to zoom it out. And this is our packaging here. And then again, I can either approve it or disapprove it. Of course, I am going to approve it because, well, simply I like it, so I approve it. And we move on again. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and as you can see, the website is done. It took a moment, as you can see, but obviously this is also due to the fact that I wanted to show you a more, advanced website instead of just building only the hero section or the landing page. So obviously this one did take a little longer. However, as I said, it's a whole website that you can implement as your store. So as you can see, we have our logo here at the top, we have the regions of Colombia, and we also have our coffee, we have our beautiful packaging here, and you can shop the coffee or meet the farms in which the coffee is supposedly taken from. So that's what you can see, and it also gave them some descriptions, some information, what altitude they are on even. So honestly, it's a really nice page here. How we buy, I'm sorry, yes, I'm stuttering, it's so good I'm stuttering actually. Yeah, I'm joking of course, but it's really good. The prices are green in person, as you can see. Then we go back to the coffee section here, and as you can see, it shows us the three options that we gave it: our signature blend, our blonde blend, and our decaf. And if we add it to the cart, it will go to the cart. Obviously there is no checkout ready yet, but we can make it work, and we can also implement Stripe payments to it, for example. And as you can see, I can modify how many bags I want and stuff. What else? Another great thing, the brewing guides. As you can see, we even have a guide how to brew the coffee, so it looks like a legitimate, genuine coffee website. It doesn't look AI made at all, and that's what's lovely about it. And if you don't like something, you can leave a comment, like for a whole section, change the font to something more easy to read, let's say, because you think that it's too hard to read. Like, that's an example. You can apply it and it will basically change the font to something else, simply as that. But well, the website is done, and now I want to see whether the same context can carry over to something completely different, right? So next up, I think we are going to ask Runnable to create a presentation for the exact same product. And this is where I think the idea becomes much more interesting, because building a presentation from scratch is one of these jobs that, sound easy until you actually have to make it. Until you actually have to do it, it really does sound easy. So you obviously need to figure out the structure, write the content, decide what should go on each slide, find the visuals, make the whole thing look like one coherent presentation instead of a collection of random slides. And with Runnable, I can simply ask it to create a pitch deck around the same product and use context we already established. And that's what I'm gonna be doing. Let's just see how it swaps the font first, and we will move on right into the presentation. Actually, I think I can start typing now. And as you can see, it changed it. It is relatively easier to read as well, I would say. Okay, now that we got our website done, could we come up with a presentation like pitch deck for our brand AX Coffee? Okay. Let it finish its task first, obviously. We can close this actually. As you can see, it costed us 6,376 credits, which is super cheap for what it gave us. So to be honest, the pricing here is really competitive, and that's the first thing, or one of the first things I said at the beginning of the video, that they are very affordable, and that's what I really like about them. So yeah, let's see how it can do with the pitch deck. Just a few more seconds, I guess. So it changed the font. But you need to agree, guys, the website itself, I mean, it nailed it. At least, in my eyes and in my perspective, it absolutely nailed it. It's great. The only things I would change, obviously, if I was to actually make this a store, is all the product details, to have included the actual farm photos and stuff. But to just show you how good it is at creating those, I honestly think it did a pretty good job. Okay, I guess this is now offline because it's preparing the one with adjusted font. So let me wait for it and then we will come up with the pitch deck. Alright guys, so it changed the font. As you can see, it gave us all the information, what it did. Boom, preview, it's changed. Simple. Let's go, let's create a pitch deck now. So we tell them that we want to get the pitch deck done, and we will see what it can come up with this time. And up next, I think we will do some marketing materials. Okay, so it asks us for a few calls. First of all, it's thinking about the questions that it's gonna ask. So which deck format? Image slides designed like the website, full bleed photos, exact type control, editable on Runnable, native PPTX, fully editable in PowerPoint Keynote, but plainer layouts and less design control. We will go for more plain version this time, so it takes, so it's faster. Who's the audience? Let's do retail, actually. Let's do retail and wholesale. 8 slides, any real numbers or facts to include. This is just for research purposes, so you can make them up. Next, 10 plan you reuse into your skill. Visual direction. Match the website exactly, match the website but lighter. I think exactly. Let's send it and let's see what it will do for the presentation. And it's cool because I don't have to sit there explaining the entire product again from the beginning, right? I can ask for something like this 8-slide presentation and to build it, and once it's created I can edit it inside Runnable, or in this case this one is the simpler version, so this one I will be able to edit in PowerPoint, but if I did choose the more complex version I would be able to easily edit it in Runnable as well, similar to the website, right? What's your vibe? This one is actually cool. Let's do this one. Why not? So we hit send, and let's see how this deliverable will go. Okay, should be ready anytime soon. And I think, guys, the third thing we will do is a marketing image for the product, and I think that will be something really cool to also show you. The video is getting a little bit long, I'm well aware of that, but to those of you that are still watching, you are the real ones, and I see that you are actually interested in building your own brand, and it's nice to see, because you guys know that I always cheer for my viewers, and I hope that all of you guys will be successful with whatever you are doing, as long as it's ethical, obviously. So yeah, and now we wait for our pitch deck, so see you when it's done. Alright guys, so it took a moment and we have our deck fully done. As you can see, you can open it, check out all the 9 slides. It's done beautifully, displaying some values, some selling points as well, as you can see, because this was regarded for wholesale. So for example, this is the recommended retail price here, $45, and for wholesale we sell it for $25. So it did the job as it was supposed to do it. And as you can see, even it says that you can get a free sample box and then you can order if it sells in your store properly. So this is the second deliverable, guys. Now I want something visual for the launch. So I'm gonna ask Runnable to create a marketing image for the product. Can you now create a marketing image for the product? And again, this is something I could obviously do in a dedicated image generator, right? But that's not really what I'm testing here. The point is whether I can stay inside one workflow and keep the same visual direction. So let's go. I'm gonna tell it to create the promotional image. So in this image, since it's for promotion, it's gonna be for Instagram social feed posts. Next, which product should be the hero? Signature road. Let's do the blonde one, okay? Oh, let's actually do the trio. Visual direction, match the website, vintage poster style, lifestyle in context. Let's do lifestyle. And any headline or text to put on image. Just let's go simply, AX Coffee is now live, since we launched our store supposedly. So yeah, as I said, the point is whether I can stay inside this same workflow and the same direction in this one chat here. So yeah, this is where having the same context can make a noticeable difference, because I'm not starting with a blank page every time I want another asset, right? We've got the website, we've got the presentation, now we will have the image, guys, and I want to take it one step further and see what happens when I ask the same agent to create a video. So I'm going to create a video as well. I'm gonna give it the same product information, asking for a short promotional video that could actually be used on social media. And the nice thing here is that I'm not asking it to create some completely unrelated video. I want the video to actually fit the product we've been building throughout this project. And this is really where the title of this video starts to make sense, because when you look at this individually, none of them are crazy, right? Because of course there are AI tools that can build websites, there are tools that can create presentations, there are image generators, video generators, research tools. We already know that. But what's interesting is being able to go from one project to all of these outputs without constantly rebuilding the context and jumping between completely different platforms. So let's go wait for this image. Right up next, we will do the video, and then last but not least, we will move into the fifth deliverable, which is going to be a research report. So, and as you can see, just few seconds later, it's in our canvas, fully available here for posting on Instagram, for example. AX Coffee is now live. We've got our 3 beautiful packages here, and now let's move on and create a video. Can we now create a short marketing video for the brand? Let's go. And the answer will be no other than yes, we absolutely can, and that's also beautiful. Same question set as the image, but for video. Few things change the output a lot. That's correct. Let's see what questions we get. Where this will run, Instagram Reels, obviously, and that's what I'm thinking here for, the marketing video regarding it. Let's see what type of questions it might also ask. That question form came out mangled on my end. The options were garbled, so your answer only tells me the placement. Okay, confirming placement. Reels, TikTok means 916 vertical. Absolutely. Next. What should the video show? Continue the lunch pause, the trio on the coffee counter, slow pushing with light moving over the brass, poor ritual, beans grinder. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's do that. 10 seconds, about 2 shots, that's gonna be fine, and only ambience and SFX. Next, end card, AX Coffee is now live, I think that will be fine. Oh, this was an example, so it will be blank this time, that's my bad. But of course I could edit it if I wanted to. So yeah, now it's reading all the informations, we input it, and we just wait for our video to be done, and this will also take maybe a few minutes at most. And now we've also got our video, guys, as you can see, that we could post easily to our social media. As you can see, it grinds the coffee and then it gets poured right here. Beautiful. And guys, for the last but not least thing, I want to ask Runnable to create a research report around this product. And as you can see, I wanted to look at the market, analyze competitors, identify relevant trends, and turn that research into something structured that I could actually use. And this isn't just about getting a long block of AI-generated text. Runnable can create structured research reports with charts, citations, analysis, so the result is much closer to an actual document you could work from. And at this point, we've gone from one initial idea to 5 completely different deliverables. We have the website, the presentation, marketing image, promotional video, and now we work on the research report. And that's the part I wanted to test, basically. So what decision should this research actually support? E-commerce growth, online direct sales. Let's do it like that. Which market should I analyze? Let's say Europe. Why not? Output format, Markdown report, PDF report, slide deck, presentation ready, spreadsheet. Let's do PDF. How deep? Let's make it tight again so we don't have to wait for too much. Let's keep it. We could give it some competitor brands. So for example, if it's about coffee, we could do Starbucks, for example, and it could also analyze those. But yeah. What I wanted to say is that if I was doing this all manually, I would probably have 5 different tools open right now for all of these tasks, individually. And I'd be copying information from one place to another, rewriting the prompts, downloading assets, trying to make sure the branding stays consistent, and constantly reminding each tool what the project is supposed to be. And that's where AI agent like Runnable can actually save you time. It's not necessarily about replacing every specialized tool you already have, right? It's about reducing all of the manual coordination between them, to be fair. And Runnable goes quite a bit further than just creating those 5 things. It connects to more than 3,000 apps, guys, which means the agent can work with tools and services you are already using. Let's, in the meantime, approve it quickly. And there is also memory, so you can teach it things like your brand preferences, defaults, instead of explaining them again every single time, as you can see in the video itself, obviously. And then you have workflows for repetitive tasks. You can create a whole workflow as well, which is another area where this starts becoming useful in the real world. So for example, you can have a workflow for creating thumbnails, another one for explainer videos, another one for product images. And instead of figuring out the entire process from scratch every single time, you give it the inputs and let the workflow handle it. So you can also schedule tasks, you have meets, and there is so many features actually. So imagine you wanted a daily AI news briefing, for example. So you could tell Runnable every morning, research the biggest AI stories, summarize them, include the important links, and send me the result. And well, you set that up once, and instead of manually remembering to run the same task every morning, the agent will handle it for you. And that's pretty important shift in the way I think about AI, because most AI tools today are still waiting for you to sit down, open the website, type the prompt, read the answer, and decide what to do next. An agent is supposed to take more of that work off your plate. And that's also why the comparison with Manus is interesting right now, because the competition between AI agents is becoming less about who has the coolest chatbot and more about what the agent can actually accomplish for you. Can it handle multiple steps? Can it work with other tools? Can it remember your preferences? Can it create something that's actually usable? And most importantly, can you give it an objective and let it work instead of micromanaging every single step? And that's the direction Runnable is clearly going after. And after putting it through this test, I think the biggest takeaway is pretty simple. The value isn't that Runnable can magically do something no other AI tool can do, right? The value is being able to give one agent a bigger project and have that project turn into multiple useful outputs without constantly starting over. And for a creator, that could be a product launch where you need the website, pitch deck, marketing assets, video, and the research, as we do here. For small business, it could be launching a new service. For startup, it could be making an idea and turning it into something you can actually show investors or customers. And that's where I think AI agents are getting much more interesting. So we are moving from AI that helps you complete individual tasks to AI that can actually handle parts of an entire workflow. So if you've been looking for alternative to Manus, I definitely give Runnable a try and see what happens when you give it a real project instead of just testing it with random prompt, because it's always gonna be different that way. And you can get started for free using the link in the description. And the challenge I'd give you is simple. Don't ask it to do one small thing. Give it a project. Give it something that would normally require several different tools, several hours of work, or a lot of back and forth. Then see what it can actually do with it. And for me, that will be the real test. One agent, one project, 5 deliverables. That's what we did today, but we still need to wait for our research real quick. And if that workflow keeps getting better, I think this is where AI agents start becoming genuinely useful rather than just being impressive, So to be fair, we've built something amazing today with Runnable. We've built a whole website, guys. We've built a whole brief for our potential retail wholesale investors. We've built a marketing video, marketing image as well. We could build Instagram stories or Instagram carousel if we wanted to. It can do all of that. And now, last but not least, we are also waiting for our research. And just as I said, we've got our research done. We have the whole brief, as you can see, growing AX coffee DTC in Europe. And it's an actual brief that would help us launch the business. So, as you guys can see, Runnable really does it all. Whether you want to build a website, slideshow, report, or anything else, they got you covered, guys. If you want to get started for free, you can hit the link down below in the description, and you can also let me know, because it was really a pleasure to make this video, and I think that I hope at least I helped some of you out. If you would like me to build like another business or something in particular that you guys would like to see a tutorial of how to do it using Runnable, let me know and I will consider making more videos about this AI. That's it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next ones.